My faith for a long time was solely based on the people I've known growing up here. I wasn't sure if I was a UU or I just admired all of you and felt at home here every Sunday morning. Before seminary, I had not considered at length whether or not I believed in the divine or how that divine would be experienced if I did. I didn't go over theological theories about how God can exist when bad things happen to good people. I didn't even know feminist or liberationist or ecological critiques of theology existed. I could feel that I was spiritual, but couldn't articulate why or how. Now that I spend most of my waking hours studying and contemplating human nature, the meaning of life, the hypothesis of God, etc., I have discovered my faith. But analytical understandings of things like emotions and souls and religious movements can only get you so far. My focus on logical analyses sometimes shuts out how I feel or tells me to ignore prickling sensations of intuition. I physically feel warmth and comfort when I'm here. When I come home to this community, I have difficulty articulating my Unitarian Universalism and my desire to be a minister, because I'm better at experiencing these facts through the emotion attached to the memories I have of here and of you than I am at explaining them. At night, when classes are done and the library is closed, and my friends and I have retired to our separate apartments, I try to take a moment to feel what I've been studying. The best way to access this daily is to have a spiritual practice of meditation or prayer. Through the walls, my classmates are praying to their various deities, reading sacred texts aloud, and sending any overwhelming thoughts skyward. Within the midst of all this spiritual fervor, radiating into the chaos of New York City, I reflect on the memories I have of you all. To feel the spiritual part of myself or understand what divine means, I think about Albert and Bernice, sitting in their usual seat. I always picture Albert grinning because most likely he's thinking about something mischievous. Bernice and Albert were radical innovators in our community long before I was born, driving out racism and poverty in South Carolina and drawing their spiritual strength from this fellowship. Sorry. It's very happy. Sometimes I picture Ken Marsh putting his arm around Jan when something troubling or moving is being said in the service. He always seems to know just when her gift for empathy has overwhelmed her for a moment. I treasure the stories Faith has told me of her life's adventures to faraway places. Africa, Australia, conquered adversity, and the wisdom of her travels are always evident in the elegant electricity of how she dresses. I admire Myrna's ability to delicately slip the meaning of life into every masterfully crafted story she tells in casual passing, and Bob Snellsire's ability to make people laugh in the dullest or most serious of circumstances. This past year's spiritual searching and theological pondering has always brought me back here. The warmth I feel when I picture your faces and conversations we've had has given me a name for the divine. In my essays and response papers at school, I refer to the divine as the holy mystery of comfort. Seminary has taught me that my means of creating a spiritual community as a minister someday, and the roots of my theology, are planted here. If you are new to this congregation today, or this month, or this year, I hope you are planning to share your energy and your life stories with this community for a long time, pouring yourselves into the shaping of this congregation's new generation, as we have symbolically done with this bowl this morning. Coming home to new faces and new families makes me realize that my home is alive and growing, not just a memory carefully treasured. In the coming new year, I will continue to find the details of my faith and follow the path toward ministry. Alex will go on being a thread between us as he continues to support me with open kindness and patience on my journey, and this community on yours. You will search for a new minister. I pray for someone who challenges you to uncover more elements of what this community believes as one and as individuals, who can inspire you to reach out to each other to form new friendships and strengthen old ones, creating a sense of community that will support you through the ups and downs that exist outside these walls. You will also be sorting through the nitty-gritty, what is necessary and what you wish you could afford but can't, looking at the budget. But I'm excited about coming home in the years ahead to see what details you've changed and improved to keep the feeling of warmth and comfort this congregation creates firmly in place. This has always been a place where life slows to its best. We gather together to reset and mentally and spiritually decompress from the sad news we've heard this past week, as well as the joyful surprises. We also prepare for the upcoming week, cultivating our highest ideal of ourselves and the world around us. We consider the implications of our daily routine for the web of existence around us, and wonder how to make ourselves still kinder, ethical, and productive people. There is so much energy here, strengthened by memories and sustained by the present currents of our separate lives coming together. I am saddened to not be here as you choose your minister and get to know them. I'm starting my first job at a church founded by Anita Stutzman's parents, as you've probably heard. This is a small world. As I do, I'll carry the sense of wonder for human kindness that you have given me. Together as a congregation, let us take Natalie Merchant's words to heart, that we are blessed and lucky. It's true that we are touched by something that will grow and bloom. Now's the time for conversation.